Hi there. In this video, we're going to look at Stellar, and we'll cover where the bulls and bears are battling around, whether there are any bootstraps, bear traps, and also whether there are any whales footprint. These are education content only, not financial advice. And we'll start off with the daily chart of Stellar. So what happened over the past week and what's going to happen in the coming days? So we talked about this. By 4th of May, we'll get a confirmation, okay, because of the previous downtrend that started in late April. The confirmation is either it breaks outside of the downtrend and confirms that it is going to travel sideways above the key level of 15 cents 70, which has happened. And the other option is to break below that support and continue with the downtrend testing lower key levels. Fortunately, the positive thing happened, and with kind of heavy volume. Okay, if the volumes stay pretty low, meaning no commitment from both the bulls and bears, that's a little bit more worrying that the downtrend may resume. As of now, even though we see these long wicks from the top of the candles, it is still slightly more positive than continuing with the downtrend. However, the risky part is you see a bunch of economic data that's going to come out pretty soon, next week, in the coming few days. That's going to turn the tide. However, where the boundaries are, the bulls and bears that they are battling around, okay, it still haven't changed. It's still this yellow line, 18 cents. Okay, that's the upper boundary. You see it has been tested at least 4 times over the past 2.5 to 3 months. And the lower boundary of the sideways trading since February is 14 cents 60. Okay, this bottom hasn't been tested for a while after early March. Okay, so I hope this trend continues. So if it is just taking a break, okay, assuming this is really going to have higher lows, all right, that's why we put a line here to track. If it drops below this line, that's all right, because we already know it's within a sideways trend. But if it is really gaining momentum to first break the purple key level of 17 cents 20, and eventually come to challenge this level of 18 cents, then we'll know when the trend actually started, instead of not looking at it now and at the lines afterwards. Okay, that points to somewhere near mid-July, if the price continues to come up and edge towards that triangle, trying to break this sideways trading area. Okay, not too bad for another 2 months. Seeing Stellar breaking this, not a must, but at least if this trend continues with healthy volume, or if you imagine this is a fuel tank, you've got cool fuel in white bars staying higher than average, continuing, that's the momentum we need. If it turns red and high, like your fuel tank overheat, or your fuel simply depletes to a low level, that's not going to make this breakout happen. All right? No particular bear trap, blue trap as of now, if you're looking at this short-term daily interval. That's at least the method I use, okay? If you're using other methods, may it be, the moving averages, then you see is actually being suppressed underneath those averages. But those are easy stuff you can do yourself. And yeah, you can say that's actually a blue trap, going over the 50 days. But yeah, that's where it is. If it's trending upwards, it doesn't matter. It will eventually break those averages. So now the big picture, the weekly view. Here, again, it is transiting from the accumulation cycle to the from the distribution cycle to the accumulation cycle. The blue ones into the orange ones. It's kind of similar to Ripple, just that Stellar has actually gone to a lower level. It's not at the mid of the mountains, but rather close to the top of the valley. Okay, in 2023, actually it started May 2022, all the way into November 2024, that prolonged accumulation cycle. The trading range top was actually where the price of Stellar is around now, around 15 cents 70, the blue key level. Right? So technically speaking, if the payment narrative is supporting a higher base for projects like Ripple, Stellar, then they may have a higher base price. That's a possibility. Okay, however, we have to be cautious still whether the price is going to come down for the actual panic over stage or the testing period. Okay, even if it's taking a pause right now. Look at what happened back in 2022. Okay, price dropped, it took sideways, kind of finding support at the level of the long wick from the initial massive candle. Okay, you see this over here. It kind of set the support level for quite a few months before the price actually dropped. Right now, we are seeing similar things. Okay, it set a support level around the 13 cents 80. The price trading sideways. Would it happen the same way? You may be able to see that pretty soon. Okay, given what's happening around the world, what's keeping people pushing the stock market price higher, what's keeping people from panicking may soon vanish if the reality comes into the mainstream media. All right, so that's the case. Early accumulation stage, still in transition the way I see it, potentially coming for an actual panic. Best if we see an automatic rally from this point. That means Stellar is having a higher base price, similar to the case of Ripple as well. All right. Remember, you can find my dashboards on Substack at XLM. Thank you. See you in the next video, and have a great weekend. Cheers.